I do like how a lot of the, well, not a lot of, but some of the quests here are giving like really good rewards too, like upgrades and stuff. It's not just like, oh, Gil or oh, a sword.
I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
All right, let's go. Talk to Karen, talk to Harper Crates. Go to Dalamil. Yeah, we're doing pretty good on these quests. Not even taking that long, funnily enough.
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
I mean, that's true.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another, and our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you?
Always have
Fine.
been.
But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
I mean, that'll do. That's very nice of her. And very gruff, but like she's very, very nice.
Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always
A
a pleasure
guile
doing
maid.
business.
Trying to think who that would be. Who would be the Guile maid? Shoot, I feel like I should actually know.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this
It's not Jill.
I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
That's a cup.
Yeah, yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take.
It's a long
Back in
time.
the day, I was a purser on a
Very
trade
long
ship,
time.
which is where I met him. He bought passage to, I forget where. But having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. Me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day.
Yeah,
And there was
he was a
no
bearer.
hiding his neck.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable.
Yeah,
Wanted the monster taken away.
I figured.
I couldn't turn my back on him. Forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth.
We learned a lot about Otto in this quest. Quite a lot. Oh. Getting a little flashback, I see. Ah, Sid, it's been a while. Tarja, Karen, the cook, Kenneth, I think, right?
Too clever for his own good, was Sid.
Must be when they set up the original hideaway.
It really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone.
It's good seeing him again.
But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall.
Yeah, impressive.
But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
Can I just, like, take the goblet? Add it to my little collection of... They call them mementos, I think. I'll take that. Take the letter. I don't mind.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
Mm-hmm.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went.
Oh, Otto. You know some people have trouble with that, man.
Why would he? Him or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off.
He's letting it out. Probably been keeping it in this whole time. Like, that's so rough. But Otto seems like the kind of guy that would, though.
You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction, and I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather goat were at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
See, like,
Before
this
you
was
go-
nice. Oh, you have something else to say?
Sid would have wanted you.
Yeah, there you go. Add it to memento wall.
But that's...
This will do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
already have.
See, that was nice. Like, I really like that side quest. You know, like, it's just nice. Yeah, like, you get so much out of Otto with that. According to Otto, Sid never once washed his goblet, despite using it every day for both wine and small beer. I won't have it said that I'm a poor host, Sid. Yeah, because, like, that's the kind of thing that is actually quite a lot of character development, you know. Like, quite a lot of character development. But you never see it, right? Like, you're not going to see it outside of that quest line, you know? But I feel like you'd be missing out on so much if you just didn't see it. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. You know? Like, this is part of why I like doing side quests in these games. Like, it's not even just to get the most out of the game, right? Like, to get your money's worth. It's so you can see stuff like that, like just a nice character moment. Like, that's such a nice character moment between Sid and Clive. Not Sid and Clive. Well, hell, even Sid and Clive and Otto, right? Like, it's so good. It's like such a nice moment and gives so much character development.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts?
The goddess Grigor teaches us that to walk with the wretched is an act of greater good. If we are to accept this truth, then one could not rightly call he who follows this path an outlaw. Humble servant, thank you. I'll take the High Clerk's medallion. 850.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
So the High Clerk's medallion, I'm guessing that probably gets me a lot of really, really good boosts to my health. Looks at my potions and such. 25%. 25%. That's really good. That is really good. Ah, it's so good. I think that is better than this, you know. I think that actually is better than this. I don't know. I just think having the 25% boost, as opposed to like the 25% boost in healing effect, as opposed to like a 3% increase in limit gauge. I have potions that can help with limit gauge. I don't really need it, right? But I can definitely take some extra healing from potions.
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgor. Something's not right with him.
Yes.
He isn't ill, is he?
I
No,
don't
he's
think so.
fine.
But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite, which is certainly a new development. She
Is
says
indeed.
he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
I rather think she might be right, though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgal, but a surfeit of it. If
I have
we
not heard the
assume
word
that
surfeit
his
in my
newfound
life.
Magics require additional nourishment to sustain.
He needs more, basically.
It may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no longer sufficient. Frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients.
So bigger
As
bones.
to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been known to grow to a size more than double that of their lesser cousins.
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
Even so, it seems like a good place to start.
Good place as any.
Hunting, Clive.
All right, let's go. Do I want your lore? Yeah, I want to give you some lore, actually.
Is there something I might assist you with?
Oh, yeah, I can
Clive?
ask about a bone to pick.
I only hope the bones of an elder antelope are alimentary enough for our faithful friend. If not, we may have to set our sights on something larger still.
I wonder what that could be.
I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
So close to level
You
5.
wish to study the tomes?
Okay, so let's have a little look-see. So I don't need any in the bestiary. In fact, I think we're almost done with this, aren't we? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have only a few more in that one. So Mysteries of the Realm, we'll do a little bit of a lore dump and just see what we can do. So the Enterprise. The Hideaway's mithril engine-powered flagship designed by the father and daughter team of Sidolphus and Midadol. Telamon. The ship is currently under construction in a hidden cove on the outskirts of Canver. The technology is designed to propel the Hideaway's flagship, the Enterprise, across the seas at heretofore inconceivable speeds. It is not fueled by magic, but by mithril, a hard, inert substance refined from deadland soil. Inert, that is, unless burned at blistering temperatures, once it releases all the energy stored within. For which reason, cooling is required in the form of a 3-piece thermal displacement stack. Oh, that's it for Mysteries of the Realm. See, I told you it'd be quick. Probably only like 1 or 2 things here too. Lost Wing. There's something new with Lost Wing? A settlement located in central San Brec, it had fallen almost entirely into ruin after new roads bypassed it. That is until Quentin, a co-conspirator of Sid's, took it upon himself to rebuild it. His chief aim in doing so was to amass enough manpower to take revenge, I guess that is true, on Lord Chief Justice of San Brec, and he found no shortage of others who had suffered at the man's hands, willing to join him. Fearing this coming retribution, the Lord Chief Justice set the Black Shields to seek out the village in order to destroy it. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Something did actually happen the last session where things got a little spicy with Lost Wing. Forgot about that. The highest ranking judge in the San Brequois judiciary, Quentin served under the previous holder of the office and respected the man deeply for supporting him in his crusade to rid the ranks of corruption. However, all this was to change when he discovered that his idol hunted bearers for sport. The Lord Chief Justice's backing for Quentin no more than a veil of morality to disguise the rot beneath. Quentin turned his ire upon the man, only to be met with swift and severe retribution. The slaughter of his entire family. Probably just have like one thing here. Probably with Otto. Yeah, there you go. Chief Steward of Clive's Hideaway and Sid's Hideaway before it. He first met Sid aboard the trading ship he worked as purser, and the two became fast friends. However, after his freedom awakened as his firstborn awakened as a bearer, and his family gladly condemned the son he loved to a life of slavery, Otto could no longer turn a blind eye to the suffering of those touched by the Aether. His friend rallied to his cause, and together they swore to save Otto's son and others like him. I wonder if he'll find his son. Quentin. The inscrutable landlord of Lost Wings Tavern and the leader of the village. Once a high-ranking member of the San Brequois judiciary, Quentin was ousted from his post and his family slain on the orders of the Lord Chief Justice. Quentin swore to bring his own brand of justice upon his nemesis's head, and it is to this end that he recruits like-minded bearers to his cause. Yeah, see, that's it. Not much. Not much, but enough. And a little bit of a refresher for me, too, actually. Slay Elder Antelopes in Chrysidia. Okay, well, I can do that, and I can also go to Dalamil. So Chrysidia. That is over there. So the game was right. Martha's Rest would be the way to go. Going this way. Now we get on that bridge. We call over Ambrosia. There you go. She appears before us like a ghost. Perfect. Nah, I can't jump the bridge. Damn. Was hoping. You know what this song here kind of reminds me of? Like the one that's playing in the background? It kind of gives me Fable vibes. And I don't know why. Oh my god, the music in Fable. Oh my god. I just remember how good a lot of it is. Man, I need to play Fable on stream sometime so I can gush about it. Because I will gush about Fable.
Time to fight.
Because Fable is a really, really good game. So is Fable 2. I've not played Fable 3. I can't speak of that one, but I can speak well enough of Fable 1 and 2. That was a good parry. I'll give myself some credit. Yeah, if I play Fable 1 and 2 on stream, that's gonna be really fun. There's small time damage. There you go. And you are dead. I choose to not fight anything else, please and thank you.
Let's go.
Like, legitimately, the day I play through Oblivion again, oh my god, because Oblivion is so good too. I have such good memories of like the music in both Fable and Oblivion.
Quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place.
Ah, man, the stories I could tell of Oblivion. Man, I need to play that on, probably not on stream, but I want to be able to play it, record it, and then talk about it. Because man, I could tell stories. Yeah, hold on. Multi-kill. Dead. I was gonna say, if not dead, certainly dead soon. Oh, but man, I could like just even thinking about it now, like I can hear the music from Fable in my head. Like right now, I can hear it in my head. And I can just remember, like, and the thing is, when I go back to play it, I know it's not going to look spectacular either, but like in my head, it's like just so beautiful. Just such a beautiful game. And same with Fable. Like I was watching my girlfriend, Megan, play Fable. She didn't finish it. We got distracted playing other things. She'll probably go back to it eventually. But I was watching her play Fable, and like certain musical beats hit, and I was just like, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. I love the music in Fable. And in Oblivion. Ah, so good.
Will it be enough, I wonder?
That's a big bone. Ah, he's so happy too. Look at him.
I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsman our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Give him a pet, and yeah, give Torgal some love.
You all right, boy?
All right, not bad. Okay, so now we go to Dalamil. No, actually, before we do that, because how's Torgal doing on his little stats page here? He's the lading looser. Right. Launches several elementally charged orbs, conjures a healing aura to mend nearby allies' wounds. Projects Torgal immediately in front of an enemy. Triggers multiple explosions in front of Torgal. Concentrates the moon's light on an enemy, forcing it to the ground. Alright, Torgal knows a lot of cool tricks. Yes, let's go back. Well, no, we'll go into Dalamil. Now, what will this get me? See, I don't know if this is gonna get me like a sword or something. I feel like it'll probably get me a sword. Might be a good one, too.
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Kara's collector.
They're saying Drake's fang is gone. The whole mother crystal gone.
Now, who here looks wealthy? You're tipsy.
We don't know for sure.
You're an in-hand. Not in there. Not in there. Maybe in there. Maybe in this door.
My reputation will be ruined.
Nah, yeah, he's rich.
Ruined.
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Then close your door. And your window, in fact.
Allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
I think you're a respectful man.
Nadim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm in a mood to talk about Oblivion now. I'm probably going to talk about Oblivion after this cutscene. You can go on a little bit more.
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? No. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He's been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I'm good at dealing with
I
thieves.
suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen?
I do.
Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
I want to see the blade.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed.
I assume that's where bandits stay.
Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamil is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Yeah, it will be. Very nice.
Farewell, and best of luck.
Yeah, so like one of the memories I have of, because like I used to just play Oblivion just to like explore and wander around and like have a good time, right? But one of the things I remember doing a fair bit is I don't remember what town it is. It's gonna bother me. It's gonna bother me. Because I can remember what it looks like. I think it's by a mountain. It has like, see, I can see it. Like it has like a couple of tiers that you can go up some stairs and you can keep like going up, and there's like, oh shoot, I wish I could remember the name, but like I used to go there all the time because it was like my favorite place to hang out. I think it had one of the best pieces of music, which is why I liked hanging out there. And I just remember like just going there and literally just hanging out and like watching, at the time, a beautiful sky. If I were to go back and play it now, I'd probably be like, man, the sky looks like Arbo, right? But like at the time, a very beautiful sky, the sun setting, just listening to the music. And I remember I remember the night sky a lot in Oblivion, especially because one, at the time, it looked really amazing, right? And the night sky in particular, because I do like the night sky a lot, like in real life as well. I really enjoy a good night sky. And I remember, because I never did fast travel, I remember very specifically wandering around on my horse in Oblivion and just being so enamored with how beautiful the game looked, and just listening to the music and just wandering around. That I kind of miss doing that in games, you know, because maybe I just haven't found a game where I really care to do that, or maybe I've just like changed, because it's possible I could have just changed, right? But like I haven't found a game where I can just feel comfy, like one where I just want to go and play just to wander, you know? Because I remember getting on horseback in Oblivion and just going across bridges outside of Cyrodiil, looking up at the night sky as you listen to the nice violin playing, or something to that effect, right? And just going like, man, this is amazing. This is peak gaming right here, you know? Man, it really was such a different time.
We've got company. Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard.
No, I blew that. Oh, whoop. Let me get all my health back. This guy's level 30. Like, he stands no chance. Wow, I'm blowing all my dodges, huh? Well, I definitely would have gotten all my health back if I could dodge properly. And it's time for the big boy hit. Yeah, I didn't do nearly as much damage to him as I thought it would. I'm gonna try to finish him in a cool guy way. Oh, how'd that hit? How did that hit? How'd that hit me? I dodged that one. That one I take some slight offense to, actually, because I know I dodged it. Wow. Some good silver.
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Delamil.
Easy enough.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects.
Yep.
What shall I call you, my good man?
Clive or Sid or Wyvern, yeah.
Glad to
Sure.
make your acquaintance.
Man, he hasn't used Wyvern in a long time.
Indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twin.
Different place, huh?
Used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school.
Is it a katana?
Of swordsmanship.
Is it gonna be a katana?
No combat should ever exceed a single strike and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does.
So I thought what I had was a
Each sword
katana.
is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow.
Oh, wow.
Brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question.
It's a secret.
Why, they use a whetstone, of course.
Oh.
Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more.
That's a lot.
But it is the final stone
a whole lot.
which lends the blade its legendary sharpness.
Mm-hmm.
A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours.
And what is it?
And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of
Ooh,
far
let's go.
rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Oh, is it gonna let me go to +3?
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
It's probably gonna let me raise my sword stats to
I am
+3.
locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
Yeah, whomst.
And there are many other collectors out there.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield.
Ah, of course.
And is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I know all about him.
May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
That's Ignac. And Redeem, of course.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance.
Probably a good thing I didn't say my name was Clive.
Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
A sundered whetstone. Okay. And back to the hideaway we go. Man, we'll actually be able to do some more main questions soon, I think. I'm nearly 2 hours into the stream. That's what side quests do, though. And they're so good. You really can't say no. You know? And I got that new missive as well. Yeah, I should go, check that out. Yeah, I'll check that out right now, actually.
He cracked the crystal too.
Because I also have that little collecting thing that I have here. My memento on my memento wall. Beast's goblet. Miraculously undamaged in the attack on the old hideaway, Otto held on to the featureless clay cup to remind him of his lost friend before giving it to Clive, knowing that Sid would have wanted the proud bearer of his legacy to have it. Man, still a lot we don't have yet. Wow, God, there's so much we don't have yet. About the other day. I'll have you know I ain't never shed a tear in front of no one, not even my mother, and you won't soon catch me doing the like again. So if it please your lordship, we can both forget about the whole damn thing. The Sid I chose to follow all them years ago is gone, and there ain't no ain't no dragging him back from the depths of whatever hells he's tucked his way into. But his legacy that lives on in you and everyone else here at the hideaway, sure as the sky is blue. It lives on, yeah. At least I think it's still blue. And as long as it is, I'll be right here where you can count on me. Thanks, Otto. See, Otto's such a good friend. Like, he really is. He's a bro. He's a pal. He's a confidant.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
And some bones.
You could say that.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh?
Not anymore.
Teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after. I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
Elder Antelope Femur. Short of slaying a behemoth or a coral, a bison, a minotaur, or an adamantoise, one would be hard-pressed to find a larger leg bone. If this does not satisfy Torgal's ancestral hunger, chances are nothing will.
You can, eh? I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
Am I? Is that part of the quest? I guess I gotta say, yeah, you're right, Tomes, thanks.
Ah, Clive.
Yes,
Were
tis
you
me,
able to
Clive.
locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction.
You did.
And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents.
Uh-huh.
Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
I do recall that, actually,
About
yes.
how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought, but one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone.
Mm-hmm.
And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
Yeah, I'm wondering too.
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power.
Really?
Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword.
So is he able to take on
as to how all of this
more
has affected
forms?
Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
That he is. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. We gotta remember that. He's always a good boy. What do I need for a noun again? Clavel's Fang. Or Caval's Fang. Yeah. Even a legendary king surrounded by the realm's greatest knights and blessed by the very heavens would have found himself hard-pressed to unite the warring tribes of ancient Valestia. Fortunately, he had the help of his fine and trusty hound, Caval. Increases Torgal's potency and attack and stuff. Okay, well, that's good stuff. Look at him. He's so happy. He's such a happy boy.
Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword then?
I did better than that.
Got you a stone. Yeah, what stone? A slab of rock quarried on the southern continent. Its unparalleled hardness makes it perfect for sharpening blades forged from all manner of metals, from bronze to adamantite.
A whetstone.
Aye.
Yes, but not one you'll find anywhere in Valestia.
There you go. I'm explaining it to him, apparently. Or Clive is, at least.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh?
Allegedly.
Not so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the curse breakers an edge?
I
Potentially.
think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valesthian steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles.
I mean, that would be pretty nice.
I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make something much better.
Ah, there you go.
I'm sure the
He's got
curse
inspiration.
breakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one, August too. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
You'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
All right. I will.
I imagine I do. I do have a lot of materials that I've been waiting to use. Excalibur's design draft. A diagram detailing the steps to forge a sword to rival that of a legendary king. Excalibur, huh? Excalibur recipe unlocked. Well, I do want to make that. I hope I have what I need for it.
Back, are ya? What do you want?
I do. Oh my god. No, it's not quite as much as I thought it would be. I thought it gave me a lot more, but that's still really good. It's still much better than what I currently have. Well, for the stagger, actually, that is a big change. Yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll take that.
Not bad, if I do say so myself. And?
Ooh, that's a nice looking sword. That's really nice. So that's it then for all the side quests. Now we can move on to the actual main story. Well worth it. Well worth it. This is gonna make the fights go a lot smoother, I think.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Yo, Otto.
All right, Clive. Asterix.
Yeah, good.
Finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not
None.
quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that, in those words.
She did, yes.
Clive, were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
I see. So she's trying to avoid going to her dad's grave. So, I mean, you know, like, legitimately, I don't really blame her. Like, it'd be scary. You know, like, I could see a lot of people, actually, I'm sure a lot of people do, put off going to their parents' graves. Because you don't want to, or the graves of, like, their sons, daughters, brothers, sisters. You know, probably just because, you know, like, it's such a scary final thing, you know? I can see a lot of people putting it off.
Oboleth, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry at all, are you? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But
A bit.
anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obelith.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle?
My dear boy, my journey to Canver has been a resounding success. The friend I mentioned not only agreed to share the contents of his strongbox with us, but his considerable knowledge of the goings-on in the Free Cities, by which I learned of the endeavors of a certain young friend of yours. Though I for one believe Miss Telemon's project to be quite the valiant enterprise, I doubt the Canverian authorities will take kindly to the unauthorized use of their dockyards, no matter how deserted. And if rumor has already reached my friend, it may not be long before the guildmasters are rapping at our door. Which is why I pen you this note. I would like to borrow your man Gav for a moon or two, that he might keep a watch on those who might mean our little fellowship ill, and warn us of any impending attack. I trust that you will give this proposal your full consideration. Your loving uncle, Byron.
Trouble in Canver. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
Yeah, it's true. May as well send Gav his way. No harm, right? Really no harm in that.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Got to admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in, all that bollocks.
I mean, fair.
When we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canver pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
True, Gav. Quite the honor.
Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
I mean, hopefully. Alright, so where are we going? Right there. Visit the old hideaway. Oh, the old hideaway is here. Oh, okay, yeah. They call it Sid's Legacy. That makes sense. The dust long settled, little remains of the once bustling refuge many called home. Sid's Legacy Central Storm. Ah, there it is.
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead.
Down can, though. Sometimes. Allegedly.
Has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Boy goats. Oh, and Karen too. Nice.
Karen. What a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there'll be no escaping sights like these.
Mm-hmm. This is what we're trying to stop.
So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
Is that really the only one? I guess you have Ash. You have Ash as well. That's right.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place.
Probably very.
Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
I'm gonna say why.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas.
I mean, it makes sense.
You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, man.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot.
Good seeing Goat so happy.
There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Nice. Really dragging her.
Fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav,
Already on my way, Captain.
be careful.
Aren't I always?
Everybody's splitting symbolism.
Do you see
Everybody going separate ways.
Your protégé's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
Going down separate paths. Boom, boom, boom. All right. A narrow path through the otherwise impassable mountains, thought to have been torn from rock by the very gods themselves. It's only been 2 hours? Man, I thought it would have been a lot longer. I thought it would have been at least 3 by this point. I guess it would have been if I started on time. That's probably why I'm a little... Well, my mind's a little... Not confused, but... You know. God, why am I feeling tired? It's not even like I had that bad of a sleep last night.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Talia.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
I thought Claps was gonna say more. want to see how accurate his muscle ups were.